How to write a CV. Your CV is vital in getting a new job, and it will often be the first impression the company will receive about you. So you need to make sure you stand out and give yourself your best chance of being shortlisted by highlighting your unique blend of skills and experience gained both in and outside of work. And so getting it right could be the difference between landing that interview for your next dream job. In this video, we'll cover 10 key points when it comes to writing your CV. First, keep it simple. Your layout shouldn't be too fancy, as this can make it harder to absorb the information. Also, it's good practice to try and keep it to 2 sides of A4 if possible. Any more than that and it can become too long and difficult for a hiring manager or a recruiter to absorb the relevant information, and then you've got the danger of it having too much waffle. Second tip, don't be generic. So I know that kind of goes inside with the last tip, keep it simple, but tailor it to your industry as much as possible. And it will show your application isn't a generic one being sent out to dozens of companies. Really research the company and the role you are looking to apply for and tailor how your CV matches that specific role. What experience do you have that links through nicely to it? Third, spell check and grammar. Many CVs unfortunately have grammatical and spelling mistakes within them. And for a recruiter who's used to reviewing a high number of CVs on a daily or weekly basis, they can stick out quite quickly and easily. And it can change their perception and that first impression of you. Also for companies who maybe have a high attention to detail within their company culture, a spelling or a grammatical error will raise a red flag to them that in your work there may be errors and they might not like that aspect. So really do give it a good thorough proofread, but also use the tools available. So you've got spell check and grammar on Word, but do remember a word might be spelt correctly, but if it's not the right word, that can also have a negative effect. Next is keep it updated. Don't let your CV become outdated, because if you are looking to change role and you're unhappy, if you've got to do a big piece of work to update your CV, it can become tiresome, but also you can forget all of those good things you've done over that period of time since you last updated it. So just every so often, add on a few achievements. This can really help by keeping your LinkedIn nice and updated, and so you could go through your LinkedIn profile and your statuses and posts you've been doing that help give you inspiration on to terms of what achievements to put in. Next is address any gaps in your CV. So unexplained gaps in CVs can raise red flags for employers, but it is okay to have them. There might be circumstances which meant you were out of work for a while. That's understandable, especially with the year we've just had with COVID, a lot of shock redundancies and difficulty to find new roles meant people had gaps in their CVs. All you need to do is put in a little line to say you were looking for your next role and you were in between jobs, but it just helps an employer understand what you were doing in that time. Number 6 is have your contact information easily available and updated. The worst thing you can do is have contact details that are not correct. If a company or a recruiter wants to contact you and they can't, that is the most frustrating thing for them, because they've got no way of telling you that it's wrong. So do make sure it's correct. The other thing is try and have them at the top. If a recruiter or hiring manager sees something they like and they want to get in touch with you, don't make it difficult for them to find that number or that email to make contact. You don't want to make it too difficult, otherwise they might just go on to the next CV. 7 is include as many sales figures or achievements as possible. So mortgage advisors, financial advisors, this is a really good opportunity for you to get across your productivity levels. So maybe how many cases you were doing, how much funds under management you were looking after, what type of products you sold regularly. That really does help. Now for support type roles or managerial roles, you can still put in achievements. So if you've had a team target and you achieved it, put it in. If you had an individual target, put it in. But also you can put something you're proud about. So don't just put your daily duties, put what projects or what tasks you did that you were really proud about and you may have received recognition from your employer on, and that can help elevate your CV to the next level. 8 is using bullet points when describing duties or achievements as opposed to paragraphing. It just helps make it absorbable by the recruiter or hiring manager, and so having bullet points can just really make it short and sharp. Number 9 is make it keyword friendly. So what you might not realise is when a recruiter or hiring manager are going through that CV, they're looking for key phrases. They're looking for those key elements that show you are relevant to the job. And so if you just have your job title once, or that key experience you've got mentioned once, when they're skimming through, because they sadly don't have a chance to read every single word in your CV, when they're skimming through, you need to make it jump out to them. And so if you're mentioning it regularly, you've got a greater chance of that. And they'll be seeing it again and again, which builds up a good picture that you've got a strong level of experience on that. And number 10 is keep it honest. The worst thing you can do is lie, because sadly you will be found out at some point, and it will become very messy and very embarrassing, and you could then be out of the job quicker than you expected. So do keep it honest. There aren't the right opportunity out there for everyone, and so stay true to yourself, because it will come, and the worst thing you can do is lie about it, because it's just going to let yourself down, let the company down, let anyone else involved down, and that's not good for anyone. And also, typically industries are quite small and close-knit, and so if you mess someone around, when you then go to apply for something else, there might be associations there, and you might be found out even if you tell the truth the next time round. So do bear that in mind. The final thing in terms of when updating your CV is then what you want to do with it. So if you're now in a position to look for a job, you might benefit from our video on how to find a job. And this is all about the different methods you can use to find your next job. But also, if you are updating your CV and you're looking, you may wish to reach out to a recruiter. So for me, at Primary Jobs UK, we're financial services specialists. So if you're looking in the financial services industry, do get in contact with us. Contact details will be at the end, easily available for you, and reach out to us so that we can help you.